Good morning, guys. Welcome to Thursday's FRT Gold live video. Hope you're all doing well. We're a day closer to the weekend. Going to be a fantastic weekend as well, but it's a real treat in terms of racing today as well. It's the second day of the Ebor Festival. First day was a cracker, no doubt about that. I mean, that performance from Australia was just quite simply outstanding. The horses, everyone knew the horse was a good horse and a really good one, and went into a great horse, no doubt about that, and lived up to potential. Joseph O'Brien gave the horse a really, really cool ride, that was superb. And also, despite Kingston Hill being withdrawn from the Voltigeur Stakes, the Group 2, it was great to see Postponed actually get up. I thought that horse ran an absolute cracker, and if Kingston Hill had a run, who knows what would have happened, but Postbone couldn't have been more convincing against the opposition put in front of him. So that was a really two dominant performances there, and I think today looks to be a really, really good day as well. As always, we're going to look back at yesterday. We'll go through the races taking place today. We'll then go through our premium tip, next best bet, little earner, and 1 point singles. And then there's three races again that we haven't covered from York, that I'll just offer a few opinions on. Nothing in terms of official tips or anything like that, but just a few horses that I think will probably go well at York today. And I know plenty of you will want to be betting on the Ebor Festival. So yeah, yesterday was a bit of a frustrating one in the end, actually. Just the one winner, but that did come in the shape of Felix Leither, who managed to win at 5-1 when first tipped, and that offered the day a bit of respite. There was 5 points profit back, so it meant we only ended the day just a couple of points down. I mean, that's frustrating, but we've had some really, really good days recently, and it was just one of those things. Things just didn't quite go the way for us. I thought the premium tip was going to get up, didn't quite do it there. The next best bet was disappointing, but as I say, they happen. It's all a bit of a nearly week so far, but that's much to do with just how good last week was. So it's all kind of swings and roundabouts, but I'm really, really confident that we can have a good day today and get back onto those winners. So today, as I said, another really good day from York, and as well as that, there's racing from Foss Last. They go over the jumps today. There's Bath, Newton Abbott also over jumps, and Wolverhampton, of course, on that St Peter's surface there at Wolverhampton, which seems to be riding really well. So they're the meetings taking place today. If you've got any questions at all, please do feel free to join in this Q&A session, or you can send me an email, joe@freeracingtips.co.uk. Get in touch via Facebook as well, facebook.com/groups/FRT Gold. Loads of ways for you to get in touch. Please do feel free to do so, whether you're watching this video live or perhaps you're not, or even if you are watching the video live but something just pops into your head a little bit later, always do feel free. And if you just want a racing chat or anything like that, that's absolutely fine. So today the premium tip does go at York. It goes in the 2:30 at York, and it's Tiggy Wiggy at 15-8. Now, this is a horse I've followed pretty much all season, as I know many of you all know. I think I've tipped it up, and I think I've tipped it up 3 times, and it's won for us twice at decent odds as well. And I just think 15-8 is a decent price for this horse. Was so impressive when winning that super sprint at Newbury last time out. No doubt this race is a lot better in terms of quality, but I think the horse will come on again for that run. I think it's come on for every run so far this season, and should be at her peak today. Was beaten narrowly by Anthem Alexander at Royal Ascot back in June, of course, and Anthem Alexander goes today. But as I say, Tiggy Wiggy has improved, and also does get £3 from Anthem Alexander after the horse managed that success. And I think on that, there wasn't much between them at all, and those £3 could be absolutely vital. And just see enough to see Tiggy Wiggy reverse the form here. And as I say, I think the horse is better than when at Royal Ascot as well. Richie Chews has a really good record in this race, and I think that the horse should go well. It'll be interesting to see the tactics, because I think in the super sprint, which was a handicap where this horse just ran them ragged, I think Hughes was worried about traffic problems there and just went from the front because he knew he was on the best horse. Before, there's been sort of a bit of a waiting game with the horse, so it'll be interesting at York, a bit of a front runner's track. Will they try and make the running again? I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Hughes too far off the pace. I think he'll be fairly close to it, and as I say, he's got a really good record in this race and is the man you'd want on board. So the premium tip, 2:30 at York, it is Tiggy Wiggy. The 155 at York is where our next best bet goes to the first race of the day there, and it's Cool Company at 11 to 4. Another for Richard Hannon and Richie Chew, so hoping that they're going to have a really good day and a quick fire double there at York. This horse has won 2 Group 2 so far this year, and then went really close in a Group 1 last time out. Just found Dick Whittington too good when short odds last time out. I think that kind of form is going to be enough to take this one, to be honest. I think the horse, although being the top weight, I think that's top weight for a reason, because I think he's the class act in this field and does look to be good value. But again, be interesting to see the tactics here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Husey go off in front with so many runners and just say, look, I'm on the best horse, come and catch me, or at least be very, very close to the place, I would have thought. But we shall see how that one pans out. But Cool Company is the next best bet there in the 155 at York at 11 to 4. The little earner for today, the first little earner, which did go in the 650 of Wolverhampton, that was declared a non-runner about an hour or so ago. So I have sent out a replacement via email and via the Facebook group. But if you haven't got that yet, there is still the value around. It's in the 720 at Wolverhampton, and it's Decent Fella that's being back tipped at 8 to 1. This horse isn't actually, when looking at it, in the best bit of form at the moment, but I think it's off a really lenient mark. I think it's off 64 here, and that's down from 70 in his last race, so it's really come down in the handicap there, and I think could go well in this one, especially with this is a weaker race. It's been competing in Class 5s. This is a thing, and another £3 claimer in Michael Murphy on board, so he takes another £3 off. So technically this horse is running off a mark of 61, and when you consider last winning mark was one of 65, could be fairly well treated here, and does enjoy running on the all-weather, running on these synthetic surfaces. I can't see the Tapita surface being any sort of problem at all, and I think that the Decent Fella should go close today in that 720 at Wolverhampton. Okay, 2 1-point win-only singles for you again today. I've had a couple of people ask about the Lucky 15. The Lucky 15 isn't officially tipped at the moment. If ever you want to see the hypothetical results or anything like that, please do feel free to get in touch. But it just seems at the moment that the Lucky 15, doing one every day, can be a bit challenging. And for Gold members, I think doing it as 3 points for the premium tip, 2 points the next best bet, and then the 1-point singles is the way to go. But if you're a big fan of Lucky 15s, I'm not gonna, well, I can't stop you, but you know, I'd recommend those 2-point win-only singles and the premium tip of the next best bet. That's the Lucky 15 that does get sent out to members who specifically want that. Those that pay just for the Lucky 15, that's what they get. But as a Gold member, you are still getting all of the horses, and it's then your call if you want to put them in a Lucky 15 or not. If so, I'd say equate it to the equivalent of around about 2 points. So if you're going by £5 per point, make your Lucky 15 a £10 bet in total, or as close to that as you possibly can. But yeah, the 2 1-point win-only singles today. We start off with Spa Hill in the 210 at Fosslas. That's currently around about the 9 to 4 mark. And then in the 420 at York, it's Wallia, and that's 11 to 2. And I think that can go well and outrun a price there. I think 11 to 2 is a generous price on that horse there. So they're the official tips for today. Any questions on any of them, please do feel free to get in touch. As I said, it's another fantastic day from York today. The Yorkshire Oaks is the highlight. I'm sure many of you know who's going to win that one already, but I think could go fairly well today. And of course, we've got the first 2 races tipped up already, as well as the 420. But the first race we haven't is the 305, a really, really competitive handicap there. And there's a couple of horses I like the look of from an each-way point of view. You're getting 4 places with your bookmakers for the 4 places here. I think Skybet might even go in 5 places, but their value isn't quite as good, so it's up to you what you want there. But in the 305, I think Russian Realm at 9 to 1 is going to go really well. I think there's more to come from this horse than what we've seen recently. I think this horse should enjoy York. Looks to be fairly well handicapped, runs for Sir Michael Stout and Ryan Moore, and I think was really well fancied last time out and didn't get the clearest of runs. And I think often when a horse is really well fancied and then perhaps things didn't go his way, next time out could be the time to back them. So I think Russian Realm could go well. And also at a bit of a price, I do like the look of Top Notch Tonto at 20 to 1. Now this is a horse that was competing in Group 1, competed in the Lockinge at Newbury, I believe, at the start of the season. and now is in handicap company and being offered at 20 to 1. It's the top weight in this one, but Brian Ellison, who is a fantastic trainer around York and a really, really shrewd trainer as well, he's put a £7 claimer on board, and I think that's the smartest use of a claimer he could have used, a £7 apprentice to take a bit of the pressure off Top Notch Tonto there. Yeah, as I said, Brian Ellison trains around York. I think that's really... It's a really positive sign there. He's a really, really good horse, and plenty of whispers coming out of the yard from Brian Ellison that this horse is in really good form. And I don't think Top Notch Tonto should be 20 to 1 in this race. I think he can go fairly well in that one. The 340, it is the Yorkshire Oak, and for me, I've not been sure on. You can never be sure on too many things, but Tagruda wins this for me, 1 to 4. It's not a tip. Don't. I can see many people, how can you be tipping that? I'm not at all, but Tagruda's going to win at 1 to 4. Do I like it from a betting point of view, this race? Not really, to be honest. I can't. In the without Tagruda market, or you could go each way if you wanted to. You are going to get slightly better value if in the without Tagruda market, but if you want to go each way just in case, I'd actually put up on it a huge price here, Talent at 50 to 1. I think this horse has got ability that hasn't quite shone through this year. I don't think has been anywhere near as good as a 4-year-old as she has a 3-year-old, but I just think could run a decent race. Could still be 10 lengths behind Tagruda, but could, in a battle for second place, I think this horse could go well. 50 to 1 if you want it in the each way market. Of course, that'd be like 10 to 1. Let's say. So I'll talk you through the difference between the betting without market and then the each way market. Of course, the each way market does 50 to 1. That does mean that you could potentially be looking at a 50 to 1 winner, although extremely unlikely. Then at a quarter of the odds, it's 12.5 to 1 for the win. So if you've had £10 each way on a 50 to 1 shot, you'll be getting so it'll be a £20 bet. You'll be getting £125 back in total as your profit. Now, if you went in and it's most likely that this horse is going to finish second. If finishing second at all, probably 50 to 1 for a reason. But if you went in the betting without market, of course, you're taking aside any chance that you've got a 50 to 1 shot, the chance of winning. But you could have £20 on the same stake at 12 to 1 and win 240. Now, I don't think there's any way that Tagruda can be beaten here. So if you had to ask me, I'd go in the betting without market with Ladbrokes and go 12 to 1 that Talent finishes second behind Tagruda in this one. I think that could be the best bet. It's going to be the smallest stakes possible. I might only have a couple of quid on it, but that's what I'd go with. Finally, in the 455 at York, Sparkle, I've completely forgotten the second name of this horse. I know it's Sparkle something, Sparkle Factor. I think I wrote Faded out, but it's Sparkle Factor. I think will go well in this at 11 to 2. Going to take on the favourite Bragging in this one. I think that the Sparkle Factor runs for Dermot Weld and Pat Smullen. They've been in excellent form over in Ireland. Was 5th in listed company last time out, and that wasn't actually the worst race, to be honest. Looks to be fairly well treated again. Has won at the Curragh and at Limerick this season. I think could be the one to beat here and could be really good value. So those are all of today's fancies, but of course the main tips coming from York. If you are betting on anything, bet on them before those York fancies, and do keep your stakes fairly small, I'd say, on those York ones. And if you've got a really strong fancy, please don't let me persuade you too much the other way. If you've got a strong fancy, perhaps in that Tagruda race where you don't think Talent's going to run any sort of race, you think Tapestry might be the one or something like that, then please do feel free to go with that. But yeah, hoping that we can have a really good day today. Any questions throughout the day, please do let me know. Been a good video, that one. Enjoyed it. Plenty to talk about. And yeah, thank you for watching today. Speak to you all a little bit later on. Thanks and bye-bye.